Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about how a successful man should choose a wife. And I'm going to give you 5 characteristics of your future wife. So when I say successful, I mean you are financially stable, you are confident in your financial situation, you don't worry about how you're going to pay bills, you are debt free, you have money saved for the future, you have enough money to cover any emergencies. When I say successful, I mean you have a sense of well-being, you are healthy physically, you are healthy mentally, you know how to manage stress. When I say successful, that means you're happy, you feel satisfied with your life, you also are socially connected to your family, to your friends, to your co-workers. You have even friends you have in a distance, you connect with them, or family, you connect with them online. You are successful, that means you found your purpose, you have a passion, your career is in line with your values and your passion. You are successful mean you have a peace of mind, you are calm, you are free of worry and anxiety, and you feel safe and you feel protected. That is being successful. You might not have all of these as yet, but you're probably working to be successful. So marriage is a very serious commitment and it's supposed to last for a lifetime, and it's extremely important that you choose a woman with good qualities that would give you the best chance of having a successful marriage. Your life partner can have a huge impact on your life experience, your well-being, your mental health, your physical health, and your success in life in general. So this video is for men who already went through their whole phase, they already went through their hot boy summer, and they're starting to think about a serious commitment, and they're starting to think about marriage. And yes, maybe you have gained some stuff from your whole phase. You probably learned about your sexual preferences, you figure out your type, you know what stimulates you physically and sexually or emotionally. You have experienced having sex with multiple women at the same time. You know what it feels like, you know what it's like to do that. And you probably build your confidence, you build your self-esteem, you build your ego, maybe you build your status, right? So those are some things you probably gain from your whole phase, your hot boy summer, which I'm not against. I mean, maybe you realize that it takes a lot of energy and it takes time, your attention and money and your resources to be in whole phase, and maybe you were drained mentally, physically, especially if drama was created between different women who you were with. Maybe they got attached to you and they kept calling you and texting you to be with them. So I think whole phase for men, hot boy summer, is the main. It's useful because the main reason why it's useful is to increase the chance of you being faithful when you decide to fall in love and get married and settle down with one partner. So you won't feel like you're missing out, or grass is green on the other side, or you're wondering about this type of life, or you won't be still curious about what this life is like. You already gotten it out of your system, so it will be easier for you to be faithful. That is the main use or the main benefit of your whole phase or your hot boy summer, right? So there are some guys, they did not go through whole phase, they didn't see the point of doing that. There are some men I know, they did not go through hot boy summer and they are married now, they didn't see the use of this. That happens sometimes, it's very rare. Most men, they go through whole phase. And if you're watching this, you're a man, you have not went through your whole phase as yet, maybe you're wondering if you want to do this or not. When I say whole phase, I mean like you are experiencing promiscuous activities and having sex with random people, and you are embracing your freedom and you're just being adventurous with sex. So if you're thinking of doing that, just know that you can create drama with different females, stressing you out, who probably would have gotten attached to you, texting you, calling you, and creating conflict with other girls that you have been with. You can get someone pregnant and you might not be prepared to be a father. You can cause emotional stress in women who get attached to you. You can expose yourself, if you are reckless, to STD and HIV and AIDS. You can waste a lot of time if you continue on and on in her face. You waste a lot of energy, time, your attention, and your resources and your money, which you could have been using this energy to build your finances. Yes, the main advantage of this is to get it out of your system, so you're not curious and wondering what it's like. When you're already in a commitment, you don't need to be wondering what it's like to have a whole face, to have a hot boy summer, right? So your 5 characteristics of your future wife as a successful man. This is in no particular order, but just to get out the physical appearance of your wife, she should have a healthy weight. Your wife should not be obese. She should be beautiful. She should look good for you every day. She should be taking care of herself. She should dress elegant, classy, feminine, because she would be representing you in public. She can boost your image as well. In terms of you already being successful, it would look even better where you can choose somebody who fits your image, right? She should be in her 20s, fertility decline at 30. So if you want to have children, she should be in her 20s. So that's physical appearance and youth. So second characteristic, your wife should be able to be alone. She should not rely on you to make her happy. She should not rely on you to constantly take care of her. She should not rely on you to occupy her time, to give her constant attention. She should not need you to always reassure her that you love her, that you are committed in this relationship. She should not need you to be on the phone with her long hours, texting back and forth all day. She should know that you are working, you are busy, and you don't have a lot of free time. She should not get angry when you don't respond right away, because she should understand that you have your career and you have goals that you need to work on, and you are busy. Both of you should be able to ask for support when necessary in whatever area or whatever difficulties you have coming up in your life. You should ask for support, but she needs to know how to be alone. And why she needs to know how to be alone? Because you will be busy with your job, you will be busy accomplishing your goals, working long hours. You are busy building your finances, so you would not have a lot of time to spend with her. Maybe you have to fly out for a business trip. Some women, they have difficulty spending time away from their partner. She should not be worried that you're going to find someone more attractive, or that you're cheating, or wanting to FaceTime you for long hours. She should not create arguments or make you feel guilty for working on your career. Plus, there needs to be trust and mutual understanding in the relationship. She needs to have her own life, working on her own dreams, on her own goals, her own passions, her own aspirations. She cannot be focused on you or the relationship constantly. That is why she needs to know how to be alone. Third characteristic of your future wife should be that she is emotionally stable. She is even-tempered. She is able to stay calm in stressful situations. She is someone who does not get upset and frustrated for minor issues. She is able to remain stable and balanced in difficult situations and challenging situations, and still be productive and capable of getting through whatever life brings at you, at her, or both of you. You do not need someone who would be lost in spirals of worry and full of anxiety and get absorbed in negative emotions. She needs to know how to manage her emotions, because this can make you feel really stressed out in the relationship when your wife is highly emotional and dumps her emotions on you and blame you for everything. You do not need someone who get angry a lot and upset really quickly for small and petty, unimportant things. You do not need someone who is stuck in a low mood or who is constantly feeling down. You need somebody who is emotionally stable. You do not need somebody argumentative, abrasive, or who will overreact during conflict, who complains often, who critical of you, who's always defensive and loud. You need somebody mentally stable. You do not need somebody who have a lot of irrational thoughts, or they misunderstand events or your behavior or your action. You need someone who knows how to communicate effectively. And some women can be very jealous and possessive, and they don't take responsibility of their own baggage, of their own personal issues, of their childhood trauma. So why you need someone emotionally stable? Because you don't need to be constantly working on your relationship and working on her, helping her heal her traumas, or always trying to keep the relationship even keel, or keep the relationship calm and cool and collected. You do not have time and space in your mind for drama and constant conflict and troubles in relationship. Your job is already stressful and very demanding. You will already have a lot of responsibilities on your hands, and you need a level head almost every day to be productive in your career. Some men, you have difficult jobs like a firefighter. Maybe you had to out a fire and you have to run in a burning building to save a child or something like that. You do not need your wife to come to you with petty arguments. Maybe you're a pilot. Every day you need to fly people across the world and their life is in your hands and you need a level head. Maybe you are a prison officer, or you're a police officer, or you're a nurse, or you're a doctor, or you're a surgeon performing surgery on people's organs. Like, you need a level head. If you're a social worker, you're dealing with problems, people's problems, or you're a teacher, or you're health workers in general, or if you're a farmer, or if you're a construction worker, lifting heavy things, building things, it's so noisy. Or if you're handling other people's money, you're handling other people's possessions, you're handling other people's property, you're making big decisions about money, you're accountant or financial advisor or auditor or salesman, whatever it is, where you are responsible for other people's life, other people's money, other people's property, where you need to make big decisions. Your wife needs to be emotionally stable. She must not have mental problems like anxiety, depression, bipolar, eating disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, unhealed traumas, many diseases. Nobody is perfect, but there's a limit as to how much you can handle when you have a difficult job, right? So the fourth characteristic of your future wife is that she is supportive. She supports your personal goals and your career goals. She knows that everything you are doing does not deal with her and it's not about the marriage. She understands that sometimes you would not be focused on her, and she understands that even though you are married, you are still individuals and you both have different goals, different purpose in life, you have different passions in life. You both need to respect each other's career and support each other by not interfering. Support can look like you do not interfere with the other person's career, right? You cheer them on when it's needed. She would not feel threatened or jealous or bitter by the time and energy you spend achieving your goals and your personal goals and in your career, right? So she needs to be supportive. Next characteristic is that, this is the last one, the fifth one, is that she supposed to be emotionally intelligent. Emotional intelligence means that you are able to manage your own emotions and you also understand other people's emotions around you. And there are 5 elements to emotional intelligence. They are self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. So she should be self-aware. She needs to recognize her own emotions and her own emotional triggers. She needs to know her strengths, her weaknesses, what motivates her. She needs to know her values, her goals, so that she could understand how this would affect her thoughts and her behavior. For example, if she's feeling stressed or irritated or annoyed at some point, she knows that it's important to take time and to check in with herself to investigate why she's feeling like this. She needs to know how to label her emotions, understand her emotions. Why is it there? Where it's coming from? Then she will be in a much better place to address different issues with the appropriate action and finding productive ways to deal with difficult situations or triggering situations that can come up in her own life, in the marriage, or with you. So she also needs to have self-management to regulate her own emotions. When we all experience bad moods, we have negative emotions, we are sometimes impulsive, angry, and stressed. So self-management is when you are able to control your emotions, you interpret them, you filter them, you control them rather than having your emotions control you, right? So this could mean she would delay her response if she's in a high stressful situation or aggressive situation. She should know when self-management means that you might have to wait before you react or sleep on it, which would give her the best, give her the possibility to react with a clearer mind and not be impulsive, because she knows that her reaction can affect you and other people, and it could take a toll on her well-being and your well-being if you do not react the best way. The next part of being emotionally intelligent is to have empathy. She's able to connect emotionally with you, like understand your feelings, feel your feelings, understand your concerns, understand from your point of view, understand your perspective, right? So when she can do that, have empathy, this could give her the opportunity to anticipate your needs, anticipate how you would react in different situations, right? So she should be able to appreciate your perspectives, and then when you have empathy with someone, you have a better chance of resolving problems and moving the relationship forward and experiencing a better relationship. So next thing that deals with emotional intelligence is that she should stay motivated during the marriage. Marriage would have a lot of challenging, there's a lot of problems that could come up in marriage, like money stress. There will be money stress, there will be sex life problems. Sex might become less exciting, you might have less sex, you might have problems with the division of household labor, especially if both of you are working. You need to decide who is cleaning, who is cooking, who is doing laundry, who is organizing, who is taking care of the kids, But I think the best way you can resolve that is that you make your wife into a housewife, so you don't have this problem. But that is not always the case. You will have problems with parenting styles, like the way you discipline the kids. You might want to discipline them one way and she might want to discipline them another way. So there's many problems that could come up in marriage. Communication problems. Even though you are married, you are still two separate individuals. You still bring your own perspective. You have your own experiences, feelings, and expressions in the relationship. And sometimes this could cause problem and misunderstanding. So it will take time to learn how to communicate effectively. It takes a lot of patience and trial and error, and sometimes you might need guidance from a professional to help to understand each other and resolve conflict. So those are 5 characteristics that your future wife should have, especially if you are a successful man. Even if you are striving to be successful, and you want to get married, your wife should look like this, right? So that's the 5 characteristics of your future wife, and I hope this helps, and good luck, and see you in the next video. If you like this content, hit the like button. You can always subscribe if you want to, and see you in the next video.